everyone! This video were made by Shella Daafia Khully, Eksita Duta Nalindra, Aulia Putri Senjani, Averedinta Delia Trisnanda, and Ayu Novitasari Damayanti. We are from Tidar University in English Education Department. We made this recording to fulfill functional English grammar project. In this video, we will explain about the 7 types of process that include in Transitivity Theme. So, what are they? Let's check this out. The first process is material process. A material process is a process of doing or happening, and the actor is the key participant. You can probe a material process with what did the actor do or what happened? So, there are several participants in material process. They are, the first one is actor, the one performing the action. The second one is goal, that which is affected by the action. And then there is scope, that which remains unaffected by the action. And then attribute, that is a quality ascribed or attribute to an entity. And then client, that is for whom or which the action occur. And then the last one is recipient, that is the receiver of goods or service. The second process is mental process. Mental process are terms often used interchangeably for all the things that individuals can do with their minds. These include perception, memory, thinking such as ideation, imagination, belief, reasoning, and etc. Also, foliation and emotion. There are 2 participants in mental process. The first one is sensor, that is the one who feels, it is emotionally, thinks and perceives. And then the second one is phenomenon, that which is felt, which is emotionally and thought about or perceived. Okay, move to the third process, that is verbal process. Verbal processes include all modes of expressing and indicating, even if they need not be verbal, such as showing. The content of what is said or indicated can be released as a full projected clauses, a participant or verbiage, or a circumstance or matter. In verbal process, there are 3 participants. The first one is sayer, that is the addresser. The second one is receiver, that is the addressee or the entity targeted by the saying. And then the last one is verbiage, that is the content of what is said or indicated. Okay, the fourth process is existential process. Existential process is the process that represents something that exists or happens. This process comes between relational and material process. This is the easiest of the lot. It involves existential construction which are introduced by an empathy there in subject position. The typical verb that is used is the be verb. So every time you see an existential construction, you have an existential process. Another simple diagnostic is that the progressive is forbidden in the existential process, whereas the mental and, as we shall see in a while, relational processes resist the progressive, but the existential process absolutely forbids it. There is also only one participant in an existential process, that is the existent. The existent is simply what which is construed existentially.
Relational process. Relational processes obligatory require 2 participants. In a finite clause, we cannot and don't have a relational process with only one participant. Relational processes are concerned with being, possessing, or becoming. The relational process is either identifying or attributive. sense is this: in identifying, A is the identity of X, and in attributive, A is an attribute of X. An identifying process permits the participants to be reserved, together with a corresponding change in grammatical function. The participants can be reversed in one of two ways: by the mere swapping of positions or through pacification.
An attributive process generally does not allow the participants to be reversed. Unfortunately, it sometimes does. The crucial difference, however, is this: the grammatical functions of the participants will always remain unchanged, whether or not they can be reversed. Also, it might be helpful for you to note that an attributive process can never undergo pacification. Here is the example of relational process. Next is behavioral process. The main participant is behavior, but may sometimes involve a behavior. Behavioral processes are typically intransitive, involving only the behavior as participant. If there are two participants, the second participant is behavior. The behavioral process is a hybrid process, a material plus mental process. Because it is part mental, the behavioral process involves verbs that are clearly psychological. And because it is part material, the behavioral process permits the progressive, and the class can be probed with "what did the behavior do?", which a true mental process forbids.
And the last process is meteorological process. Meteorological process is the process that showing about weather or weathering. The example is, it is hot. Okay guys, that's all about the 7 types of process in functional grammar. Hope by watching this video you can understand well. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.